Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Bobby Chase here. Today I'm going to be doing a video on a pistol that you really don't hear that much about. Um, I don't think there's any middle ground on this pistol. You either love it or you hate it. This is a Beretta PX4 C model. This is the 9mm. C not standing for compact, but standing for constant action. As you can see, it's a slick slide. There's no manual safety or decocker anywhere on this pistol. The way it works, we're going to do a safety check, clear chamber, empty mag. So, the way it works just like a crap tech. Kel-Tec. You pull the trigger, and you can't pull the trigger again. The slide has to cycle to work the action. I've owned this gun for 3 years, and the one thing that I'll say about it is that it is great at nothing but good at everything. I have never had a single problem with these pistols. I don't know where the bad rep of these guns came from. It may come from law enforcement. I don't know, but I can tell you right now, I love this pistol. I carried it doing security for a right long while. I actually switched over to this gun probably about 2 months after I made my SR9 video, and of course, I used to carry my SR9 for security. I carried it, and of course, I don't carry this anymore for security. I'm actually selling it to a good buddy of mine, but I wanted to do a review on it before I let go of it, because there's so few reviews on this gun on YouTube. There's maybe 3 or 4 videos on YouTube. I carried it in a Safariland 6280. This is not an ALS holster, this is a SLS holster only. I didn't use this hood. I actually put that on because I'm selling it to my buddy, and he's going to use it for security so he can get a little bit extra money. Just stick the gun in there. And goes the hood. Bam. You're done. Another holster I had for it. This is just to show that there's holster options for this gun. This is a Safariland 6378. This is an ALS holster. Now, there's a catch on these holsters. You can see where it's a little bit used. I'm giving them all this stuff. I got a really good deal for the pistol when I bought it, and I'm basically giving those good deals off to him. And that's what it is, the way it works. You just hit the thumb release and the gun comes out. But the catch to it is that I actually hooked this up to my duty rig a couple times. It all depends on where it was. Let me turn on this light so you can see it. You see the piece, the lock and lug? This basically locks the retention mechanism in place. When you hit the thumb release, it moves that off the ejection port, allowing you to draw the pistol. This piece right here, over time, has wore down the finish on my gun. But you know what? The finish is really coming. I've told him what he should do. Let me move all this stuff off the table. I've told the gentleman that I'm selling the pistol to what he should do. I told him, I was like, you should Cerakote it and put some night sights on it, because that's what I wanted to do. But I just never got around to it originally. And you'll see how I knocked it. This pistol originally had aluminovas on it, and anybody who knows anything about Beretta knows that the aluminova sights are pieces of garbage. The one thing that would happen is that in carrying this holster at night, if you're standing inside and the gun is holstered, the rear sight would get charged and the front sight would not. So, God willing, you ever draw your pistol, you wouldn't be able to find the front sight because the rear sights would be glaring in your face and the front sight would be dark. So I basically just knocked it out and painted the front sight orange. And actually, that's not a bad sight picture. It pops out at you. It's funny. I used to go to qualify or do my in-service for DCGS Armed. And people would be carrying Glocks, and yes, I love Glocks, but I love this gun too. And they'd look at this pistol and they'd be like, whatever. A couple people, dumbasses, actually thought it was a high point, but whatever. They're complete and utter morons. But the worst rep that these guns get is their trigger, and we're gonna go through that right now. Once again, this gun is safety check. Let's get started. Let me go in focus so you can see. The trigger's at rest right now. Remember, this gun fires from the half-cock position. Rest, that's where the trigger pull starts. It goes, it goes, it goes, it breaks. It resets. There, that's rest, that's reset, and it breaks again. The trigger is a long trigger, and you have to discipline yourself when you're shooting it. But the one thing I found is that the trigger is super smooth. It's not gritty at all. for the fact that it's a long trigger. And I actually had some idiot say this, and if you're watching this video, you are a complete dumbass. He said, "Well, the stock trigger on my Sigma is better than that." I almost pistol whipped him. It made me so damn mad. It's a long trigger. It's not a heavy trigger. It's about 6.5 pounds. But it's a smooth, consistent, predictable trigger. It's almost, in a way, it's almost like shooting a Performance Center revolver. That's the best example that I can give you. But just like I said before, the pistol is great at nothing but good at everything. It's been a dead nuts reliable pistol, and I just love the shit out of it. We'll go and take it down. Now, I've actually seen somebody with another PX4, it wasn't a C model, with another PX4 actually do this. Of course, on the Glocks, you wrap your fingers around the slide and recite, pull back, pull the takedown tabs, and let go after you've dry fired. Okay. With the Beretta, it's even more simple than that. This is the only pistol that I've ever seen that comes apart easier than a Glock. Because, of course, with a Glock, you got to pull the slide back, pull the levers down, and dry fire. With this, you don't even have to do that. All you do is and yes, it's very Glock-like. Don't say anything, you Glock fanboys. You pull the tabs down, and you just, oh, wait a minute. Oh, shit, I messed that up. You just pull down and push off. That's it. Now, this is what I'm getting at. I've actually seen some dumbass take the slide of his PX4 off, and there was a round still in the chamber. Yeah. But the people that actually, with Glocks, who are too stupid to check the chamber to make sure there's nothing in there, you know, what's worse, taking a slide off with a round in the chamber and having to put it back on and eject it, or pulling the trigger of a loaded pistol when you're trying to take it apart because you're too stupid and lazy to check the chamber. You know, I mean, that's a debate. You know, people say, well, you could take the slide off with a round in the chamber. Yeah, but you don't have to dry fire it. So, I mean, I guess that's, I mean, it can go either way. I'm not going to harp on that too much. The interior of the slide, I mean, this gun is just substantial. In the way the slide's built. I mean, this is a big honking slide. This is not stainless steel. This is bar stock. This is carbon steel. So, but anyway, this is the mechanism for the rotating barrel, with which I'll get to when I reassemble it. Get the frame out of the way so it can focus on this. You take this off, and yes, there's that. I didn't add that. That's a factory buffer. Let me turn on the light. You bastard. There we go. Focus. Buffer is stock spring. It's a plastic guide rod. Kind of wish it was steel. This is I guess you could call it a cam block assembly. And what it does is it rides in this groove on the barrel, and it allows. Let me go look at it real fast. It allows the barrel to turn as the slide cycles. I'm going to put it back together real fast. And you can get assembly wrong on this thing real quick if you're not paying attention to what you're doing. Where's it? There you go. I just haven't seen any videos on the PX4C, and I really wanted to do one before I let go of this pistol. The interior of the frame is pretty simple. It's a little dusty, but it's not too bad. It's got incorporated steel guide rails. You see the ejector. This piece is what activates the firing pin block. Gun's got a healthy extractor on it. Should really healthy. So we're going to go ahead and put the slide back on the gun, and you've got to make sure that cam block or that lock assembly is lined up. The action on this gun is smooth as glass, I'll tell you that. Now, as you're firing, of course, the rifling is a right-hand twist. Let me focus in. The rifling is a right-hand twist. However, when you go to pull the trigger, turn the slide back on. When you go to pull the trigger, the barrel rotates to the left, basically counterbalancing the recoil torque that the pistol emits. So, I guess in a manner of speaking, it's supposed to minimize the recoil of the pistol. Now I can tell you right now, the pistol unload is 29 ounces. So it's got some weight to it. I don't know if it's the weight of the pistol or if it's the rotating barrel that basically makes this pistol have absolutely zero recoil. A Glock 17 is snappy compared to this pistol. I mean, this pistol, I mean, it just does not move in your hand at all. And that's even shooting plus P plus. So plus P plus loads in a Glock 17, they're very controllable. I mean, if you got a positive grip on your firearm, then there's not going to be that much recoil. But with this, there's no recoil, nothing. This is the smoothest shooting 9mm I've ever shot. Polymer 9mm, I should say. So, I just wanted to make this video and get this pistol out there. There's not really that much else to say about it. Oh yeah, it comes factory with 17 round magazine. It comes factory with 17 round magazine. They do, like the slide back, so it's no trickery. And they do drop free. There's also the 20 rounder that you can get that protrudes a little bit out at the end of the gun, but the extra 3 rounds are worth it, and it also drops free. So anyway, guys, this is Bobby82 out on the Beretta PX4 Storm C model, standing for constant action. Y'all take care, be safe, rate, subscribe, comment, and y'all take care. Bye.